Hey guys, welcome back to Margot Watches Movies. My name is Jake Margot. Tonight I'm going to be reviewing Erin Brockovich. This is a film I just watched for the first time with my girlfriend tonight. I've never seen it before. I wanted to watch it because I've been seeing this new movie she has out called After the Hunt from director Luca Guadagnino of Challengers, with trailer tags calling it her greatest performance. I thought I'd watch what is widely regarded as her greatest performance. If not Pretty Woman, then certainly Erin Brockovich, a film she won an Oscar for back in the year 2000 for Best Actress. And I have to say, this movie was quite wonderful. This is something I've heard for a long time in pop culture references throughout comedies and movies. As far as I know, as someone who was 6 years old when this came out, just from what I've heard from people, this was something of a film that kind of captured a cultural zeitgeist. Julia Roberts is certainly one of, if not the biggest female movie stars of the 90s. And she was certainly a draw to theaters. So pairing her with the director of Steven Soderbergh's talents, director of the Ocean's trilogy and many more fantastic films, I imagine that this was a film that had a little bit of hype, and then factoring in the reviews and the performance, it had a moment of cultural significance. So watching this film for the first time, what are my thoughts? Well, I think it was fantastic. I think the direction of Soderbergh is subtle. You definitely see glimpses of his style in here, but it's very more kind of docu recanting events, in a based on a true story manner, showcasing Julia Roberts and how she utilizes herself, and in some cases weaponizes her beauty to achieve what she wants. And the character of Erin Brockovich is the main selling point and the main talking point of this film. What Julia Roberts is able to shade in of this real woman who was a clerk lawyer who basically found herself hired by a law firm as a clerk by her own grit and determination, and ends up working on at least at the time, the largest class action settlement in the history of the United States over a utility company in California that was poisoning the soil of a surrounding town and lying to their residents about it. How shocking a conglomerate would do such a thing. And it's what Julia Roberts brings to the character, her flamboyance at times, her restrainment at times, these range of emotions she covers, and this lovable sassiness mixed with this grit, this determination, this fantastic hustle and work ethic. And both her socioeconomic factors, being a single mother with 3 children, there's so much here. It's very obvious why this was something brought to the big screen, attracting talent like Julia Roberts and Steven Soderbergh. And as she progresses through the film, she starts out working as a clerk for this, again, law firm. A case is brought to her desk where the gentleman that hires her asks her to just look over some things. She notices some irregularities and she starts doing some investigating. She finds what could be a huge case, and as it builds and builds, it's very much a lawyer film in a sense, though she's not a lawyer, but it's a lawyer film about the research, about the discovery, about the hard work it takes to build a case like this. And it's all resting on the shoulders of Julia Roberts, Erin Brockovich. And what she's able to accomplish in this movie as a performer is nothing short of miraculous. She so obviously deserved her Oscar for this role. The many layers she puts into the character, the moments of vulnerability, the moments of invulnerability and determination, and shrugging off the feelings that people have about her, despite maybe her brassness and loudness and ability and a lack of fear to speak whatever comes to her mind. And it's this type of work ethic and determination that drives her, along with being wickedly smart and intelligent, with having a fantastic near photographic memory, and this personality that is where she's able to actually bond with these plaintiffs she is trying to draw into this lawsuit. it's so obvious that the case never would have even left for takeoff. It would have stayed on the ground had it not been for her. And there was a scene in particular, because I think a lot of times with Oscar performances, you have the Casey Afflecks in Manchester by the Sea, where it's all subtlety and restraint. And then you have the bloviating grandioseness of Daniel Plainview, played by Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood. And Julia Roberts in this film is given the rare gift to work between the lines. She gets moments of the big, scenery-chewing, loud bits of acting that any actor loves to have fun with, and she does. She's very humorous in the role. I think a lot of her wit and sass elicited quite a few laughs from me. But she has quieter moments of vulnerability, and there's this particular scene where she's in the car and she calls George, played by Aaron Eckhart, who's sort of her boyfriend, and he steps in, and he's a very sincere figure in the film, looking after her children while she gets more and more involved into this work. And because of how involved she starts getting in the job, it starts affecting her ability to be a mother. She becomes less involved in her children's lives the more involved she gets in this case. And he's recounting how her young daughter spoke her first word that day, the word ball. And there's this wave of emotions of Julia Roberts just on the phone, driving in her car with this great close-up shot Soderbergh does. And you get to see every single end of the emotional spectrum cross on her face. She goes from this joy and jubilance to hearing that her child has spoken words to this emotional wreck, holding back tears, the guilt, the hints of shame for missing it. And it's a powerful bit of acting that isn't necessarily screaming loud words at the television. It's all in the eyes and her facial mannerisms. And it was genuinely one of the best bits of acting I've ever seen. Because I know that there's some very famous scenes from this movie I've seen clips of. Her, the numbers quote when Aaron Eckhart first asked for her numbers and she gives all the reasons why he shouldn't pursue her. The scene where a fellow litigator is asking for the numbers of plaintiffs, and she starts reciting them off by memory, all their ailments and illnesses that it's caused. But it's that quiet bit of acting for me that as soon as I saw it, I said, yeah, this is the scene that won her the Oscar. And it's just one of those all-time great performances. I think she just absolutely carries the film. She transcends her movie star status and becomes a phenomenal actress. I don't see After the Hunt having a performance that tops it, though I'm sure that reviewer knew what he was doing as he made it on the trailer tagline, so tip of the hat to you. I don't know if I'll watch and review After the Hunt. I haven't heard the greatest things about it, but as far as Erin Brockovich goes, this was a fantastic film. I think it's an all-time classic. That's the rating I'm going to give it. It's definitely a movie I could watch many times. I think it's greatly paced. Anytime there was just a hint of it starting to drag, some sizable action kicks back into gear. Anytime a character like George, I literally had a scene where I was like, man, where's George? And it's almost like Soderbergh knew that the audience was having that thought because in he comes on his motorcycle a second after I thought it. So everything is resolved and wrapped up. You get that happy type of ending you're hoping for. You get the payoff you're hoping for in a film like this. So Erin Brockovich, to me, is an all-time classic with a masterpiece performance from Julia Roberts. It's going to be on Amazon Prime for about the next 5 days. I'm sure it'll work its way to another streaming service, but for now, it's on Prime. If you want to watch a Julia Roberts movie coming off of After the Hunt, you've never seen it before, you just wanted to see what someone who'd never seen the film before's opinion was on it, there you have it. So that's all for tonight, guys. My name is Jake Margo. This is Margo Watches Movies. Give me a like if you enjoyed the review. Subscribe to the channel. I have plenty of reviews coming in the following weeks, but that's all. And thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.